the Comma in Sports Network.
Who that nation? How you doing? Come on in. Take a seat. Sit back. Relax. Put your feet up. Grab a drink and let's talk Saints football. Y'all know what time it is. Time to keep it real. Let's go. Family, family, family. The doors are now open, so you already know. Come on in. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. What family breaking about 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. Saints #1 target, Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady has removed his name for consideration for head coach of the New Orleans Saints. With Aaron Glenn deciding to go to the New York Jets, which personally was not a surprise. We all know that was his dream job. But Brady, in media circles and from credible sources, was the front runner or the guy that the Saints had a real high interest in. Him deciding not to come back to New Orleans, or actually come to New Orleans for a face-to-face interview, can be read one of two ways. It can be read as the New Orleans Saints job is considered of all the jobs that were open as the most appealing. And by the Saints having the last job to be fulfilled, it looks that way. So Joe Brady decided not to even come for a second interview, not to come for an in-face interview with the Saints, is kind of a gut blow to the New Orleans Saints. Now, if he was with us yesterday with Coach Rock and myself, you know, Coach Rock thought that the job was Brady's if he wanted it. Well, he doesn't. Me, on the other hand, I think the best option, and not just a placeholder, but the guy to lead the Saints through this one season of being on the wrong side of the cap and into the foreseeable future, is the gentleman that from all reports, had a great interview both times. Just interviewed recently, this past Friday. He was defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, Anthony Weaver. Now, Nick Underhill, according to Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, of course, we know Nick and them, they do such a great job. Nick reports that the Saints will not interview Mike McCarthy until after they speak with Eagles offensive coordinator Kelly Moore. You've heard me say on this show numerous times that some coaches are not built to be head coaches. That's not a slap in the face. That's not any disrespect. Some coaches are meant to be coordinators, great coordinators. Not everyone is capable of running the entire show. I could be wrong about Kellen Moore. But personally, I just don't see him as the head coach type. I thought Brady had that demeanor to be the head coach. I know Anthony Weaver does. And from all indication is, hey, he wowed the Saints. He impressed the Saints. And we go see just what type of person is Anthony Weaver. Who is Anthony Weaver? And what better place to go than his current home in Miami and hear from the men that he commands on the defensive side of the ball. We'll go to the Miami Herald for that and read an article about possibly New Orleans Saints future head coach, Anthony Weaver. But let's take a look now, fam. This code courtesy of Louisiana.net. Again, great work over there that they're doing. This is by our brother Ross Jackson. Now, this is something that reflect negative. Now, this is something that will reflect negatively on the New Orleans Saints. Just when their head coach search seemed to be falling into place, just when their head coach search seemed to be falling into place with the Saints as the last team when that opening and several top candidates still available, one of the best remaining candidates has reportedly removed themselves from consideration. Per multiple reports, Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady has withdrawn from consideration for the Saints' open head coaching role and is choosing instead to remain with the Buffalo Bills. This is the first major showing of antipathy for the position in New Orleans, which has long been considered the least appealing job available. And again, the Saints are the lone organization today without a head coach. With Brady now off the board, the Saints interview list takes a big hit, having lost one of the cycle's best offensive minds. There are still solid options available, but New Orleans is dangerously teetering on short-term higher status. So Ross is saying that, not for certain, but it's getting close, that the person that they hire could be here for a short term. I think if it's Anthony Weaver, it will not be for a short term, and you will see why when we go to the Miami Herald. Of the remaining candidates, only 3 have done in-person interviews. That list includes interim head coach and special teams coordinator Darren Rizzi. Now, wouldn't it be just like the Saints to stay in their comfort zone, to stay safe, to go what makes them feel comfortable with someone who knows, as they say, the culture, and keep Darren Rizzi as head coach of the New Orleans Saints? We read 2 weeks ago about the success of interim head coaches who are promoted to head coaches. It's not pretty. It's not successful. The article goes on to read, Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver and New York Giants offensive coordinator and assistant head coach Mike Kafka. Now, one might look at Mike Kafka being stripped of his offensive coordinator duties in New York as negative. And you would be right to do so. But what were the circumstances behind him being stripped of his offensive duties? Could it have been a coach who was desperate? A coach who was desperate to keep his job, who was desperate because of the pressure that he was under? We got to realize the Giants' problem was what? Quarterback. Lack of talent. They have some talent, but they still had a lack of talent. Ross goes on to write that the team had hoped to speak with Brady after the AFC Championship game was played on Sunday. They also plan to interview Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, former Dallas Cowboy head coach Mike McCarthy, and potentially Cliff Kingsbury, who, by the way, has said that he would not interview for any job until after his team is done in the playoffs. Now, according to Nick Underhill, Clint Kingsbury has not decided if he will interview for the Saints job. Again, he has not decided if he will interview for the Saints job. Let's say the Commander season comes to an end tomorrow. There's no sure thing that Cliff Kingsbury would want the job in New Orleans. Now, when this process started, I said one thing. At first, during the season I didn't want to retread. But then reality set in. I want the best person for the job. I want a person who wants the job. I want a person who wants to be here. Joe Brady did not want to be here. It's clear. Aaron Glenn's heart was in New York. He has that job. He didn't want to be here. It's clear. Clint Kingsbury saying he doesn't know if he's going to interview for this job or not. His heart is not in this. He doesn't want this job. I don't want him. Mike McCarthy is another feel safe. Though it's been years, many of you don't even remember that Mike McCarthy was the offensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints before accepting the head coaching job with the Green Bay Packers. Many of you have looked at the possible hiring of Mike McCarthy as a bad thing. Let me bring you back to the last 4 years of football for the New Orleans Saints. 9-8, 7-10, 9-8, 5-12. Mike McCarthy had 3 12-win seasons in Dallas, lost Dak Prescott early in the season, and still finished with an 8-9 records. Compared to where we've been in the last 4 years, I couldn't sneeze at that. He's a proven coach. He's won everywhere he's been. He's won. He won in Green Bay. He won in Dallas. It wasn't as successful because, there is either Super Bowl or bust. And it's been bust for over 20-something years now. But what can I say that his tenure in Dallas was a failure? No. They didn't reach an NFC championship game. So if you want to go with that and call it a failure, I say no. But compare his stint in Dallas to the last 4 years with the New Orleans Saints and tell me which one would you prefer. All right, now we're going to go to Saints USA, Saints Wire USA. This is an article by Mr. Jeremy Trotter. Get that up for you. All right. Where the Saints should turn after missing out on Joe Brady. So here's Jeremy's thought. He says, I will start the article out by stating that I personally do not dislike any of the candidates the Saints are looking at. While I have preferences toward who may be the better or worse candidates, there is not one in particular that doesn't have a reason to become a head coach. That said, the New Orleans Saints are not down another candidate, as Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady has chosen to stick with his current team rather than pursue the Saints coaching gig. This leaves the Saints with 6 viable head coaching candidates: Anthony Weaver, Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, Darren Rizzi, Mike Kafka, and maybe Cliff Kingsbury. I don't want no maybe. Scratch him out. You not sure you want this? We don't want you. Saints don't need you. And that's how they should feel on Airline Drive. I don't need you either. You don't even have to worry about it. 3 of these coaches have completed in-person interviews: Weaver, Kafka, and Rizzi, with the other 3 expected to look at doing so within the next week. Their top option, Aaron Glenn, passed on them too. Now that Brady is off the table and there are only 6 candidates remaining, a choice will have to be made sooner rather than later. And while I have been a strong proponent for McCarthy or Kingsbury previously, he's with me, he's feeling me. It seems Weaver may be the best fit for the team. And that's what it's about. The right person, the best fit for the team. Not the popularity contest. Not getting caught up on the name. When you take a look at the Miami Dolphins defense in 2024, it was one of, if not the most underappreciated units in the entire sport. Producing in both run defense, which the Saints are just horrible in, and pass defense. While it was by no means perfect, when it comes down to it, it was high quality and was near other premier defensive units in the league statistically. When it comes to pass defense, they were among the best 10 groups in passing yards allowed, 9th, passing touchdowns allowed, 6th, passing first down percentage allowed, tied for 5th, 20-plus yard passing plays allowed, 3rd, and completion percentage allowed, 9th. On run defense, they are also efficient, ranking among the best 10 in rushing yards allowed at 9th, rushing touchdowns allowed, 7th, first downs allowed, 6th, and rushing yards per game, 9th. The one issue they had predominantly was generating sacks, as they had the 6th least with 35. This is something that could potentially be fixed under Saints defensive line coach Brian Young with a full offseason to work with the group as their leader, or with a new defensive coordinator of Weaver's choosing. While choosing another defensive coach is not the flashy option. A lot of you are gonna say, "Oh, we need an offensive coach." Again, we need the right coach. That's what we need. We need the right head coach. We need the right leader. That's what we need. I don't care if it's offense, special team. I don't care if he was printing papers this year. I don't care. We need the right leader. We need the right fit. We need the right man for the job. He goes on to write that I lost my place. Okay. While choosing another defensive coach is not a flashy option, he is on the younger side. He's only 44 years old, younger than McCarthy, Rizzi, and Cliff Kingsbury, whose name I'm not going to mention again, and has proven to be effective at creating a quality defensive unit. The question would be, who is the offensive coordinator to make the play calls, whether it be Clint Kubiak? Does Clint Kubiak come back? Would Weaver, McCarthy, or Rizzi be interested in keeping Clint Kubiak? Or otherwise, it would be an intriguing decision to make. Regardless, turning to Weaver at this juncture may be the Saints' best bet. So that's where we stand right now, Who Dat Nation. As again, Joe Brady has removed his name for consideration for the New Orleans Saints head coaching job. He has decided to remain with the Buffalo Bills. It's a gut blow to the Saints because I believe that, again, like Coach said last night, I believe that if he would decide to come in and all had went well, I believe the job was his to be had. That's how Coach felt. But like I said last night, I thought and feel Anthony Weaver's the guy for the job. I feel he's nothing against none of the remaining candidates. Nothing. Again, just like we all have our decision, I feel he's the right guy for the job. Don't let the fact that we just got rid of a defensive coach cloud your judgment and stop you from thinking clearly. We need a leader of men. We need a person that holds players accountable, that relates to his players. And it's all business. I believe that's Anthony Weaver. All right, family, listen. Right now, family, tonight's goal is to reach 900 subscribers. We're at 861. If this is your first time joining us here on the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast, I kindly ask that you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to let you know when we come on with more great content like this. And of course, we are part of the Come On In Sports Network, home of As the NFL Turns, the #1 and fastest growing pregame show on all social media. And we will be live tomorrow morning at 10:05 a.m. Central Time as we get you ready for championship week. That's right. Who will advance to NOLA, baby? We will find out tomorrow. John, Nonfiction, Zach, Carlos, PJ, Coach, Jeremy, Learns, and yours truly. All right, family. Let's go to the comments. Our family members in there. All right. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh. Booker, how you doing? Come on in. All right. L Dub for real. How you doing, Dub? Come on in, my brother. Thank you for being here. Uh-oh. Hurricane Mike's in the house. Listen, I'm going to put the link in the chat, family. All right. 504 Code. 504 Code. How you doing? Come on in. Cole said, dog, if you're an upcoming head coach, would you want this job, especially with Mickey as the GM? There are 32 jobs in the National Football League, 31 the field. If you want to be a head coach, hey, if a team is hiring a head coach, guess what? It's for one or two reasons. The previous coach was successful and decided to walk away, or that team's not in a good place. See, no place is ideal for the new head coaches. There's a reason there were vacancies at all these places. So now it comes down to challenge. Who wants to challenge? Who wants to challenge? And I tell you this, no coach coming in today, not a one of them have the challenge that Sean Payton had when he accepted the job as a New Orleans Saints head coach. Not a one of them do. So please miss me with this. Oh, it's so horrible. What's horrible about it? Oh, the salary cap. We just went over yesterday. What Scott Shannon reported it. Next year, the Saints are $60 million under the cap. Guess what? The following year, over $220 million under the cap. You got an ownership group that's patient. They're willing to give you 2-3, damn near 3 years, even if you suck ass. So what is it? I mean, you got to make up your mind. You know, if you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. Again, I want who wants me. We want who want us. If somebody's not all the way into you, I don't want them. Keep it pushing. Keep it moving. All right. Appreciate you, Cole, for that. Chantel says, Dolph, let's be honest. Will you be head coach under Mickey Loomis, who is running this team in the ground? No one wants to work under Mickey. Mickey Loomis ain't gone nowhere, though. Okay. You don't take this thing's job. You go back, put your hat back in the ringer next year. Maybe there are not as many jobs open next year. Maybe other top candidates vie for those jobs next season, and they knock you down the totem pole. Then what? That's this old saying, man. You got to strike when the iron's hot, baby. You got to iron them pants when the iron's hot. Can you iron with a cold iron? Hell nah. You can iron without an iron if you put your pants under the mattress. I'm just saying, you know, that's a trick. I ain't gonna tell you how I know that, but all right. Thank you, Chantel. 504 Code says Mickey has really ruined this organization. All right. Hurricane Mike say Anthony Weaver wouldn't be a bad option. Okay. Chantel says Gil is too blind to see that. Tom is flipping in his grave that this organization is a disaster thanks to Mickey. I bet you they hired Riz as head coach. He's the only two now. He's the only one now for Mickey. I know Darren Rizzi. They say he had a good interview. We saw when he took over the team. You saw Elvin come out and say, "Hey, Rizzi." But again, the Raiders did the same thing last season with Pierce and how their season turned out. We went over interim coaches being promoted to head coaches. They're not successful. They're not. All right. Chantel says Joe Brady wants to be with a winning organization, not a failure like the Saints. Mickey really ruined this team. All right, J-Rock, how you doing? Come on in. Rock is in the house. Lester, how you doing? Come on in. Chantel says, dog, Mickey Loomis is the problem. The team is falling through the flow. They're going to be last in the division again until Loomis is gone from GM. Hey, Samuel, how you doing? Come on in. Good night to you too, my brother. Thank you for being here. And like Samuel said, man, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, baby. And join the family. Come on in. All right. Marley Marl, how you doing, baby? Come on in. Mickey is lazy. He might not pick Weaver because he's not familiar with him. That's what I'm saying, Marl. If the Saints go with Rizzi, and if the Saints go with McCarthy, it will be because of comfortability, familiarity. But again, I really, though it'll be that with Mike McCarthy, I really wouldn't be too upset if it is Mike McCarthy. But I don't think it is. They don't even have an interview scheduled with him yet. Remember, they said they want to talk to Kellen Moore. They wanted to talk to Brady and Kellen Moore before even scheduling an interview with Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy's not going anywhere. He'll be there if that's the avenue that they decide to go down. I think Anthony Weaver is the guy. All right. Chantel says, I said that he going to pick Rizzi, watch and see. Mickey got this team falling through the floor. Randy, how you doing? Randy say, I realistically think they will hire McCarthy. I wouldn't mind that either. No, I mean, again, let's compare the last 4 seasons of Mike McCarthy in Dallas to the last 4 seasons of the New Orleans Saints with Sean Payton, Dennis Allen, and Darren Rizzi. I'll wait. Come on. Damn it, ain't that hard for me. Give me the last 4 years with Dallas. 3 playoffs appearances. Division time. Man, come on, man. Y'all crazy as hell. All right, Samuel says, I'm 28 subscribers at my channel. I got to get to your channel. Samuel, put your channel in the chat, man. I got to get there, man, because I need to subscribe to your channel. All right, family. Before I open the chat, there's one more article I want to share with you guys, like I told you before. Hold on, let me get it for you. There we go. And this is from the Miami Herald. This is about defensive coordinator, and I'm calling it future New Orleans head coach Anthony Weaver. With defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver a head coach candidate, let's re-examine his year in Miami. And it reads the following. There's no secret that Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver is beloved. He's beloved within the organization. Just ask the players. So here we go. He's a good mix of laugh and play with you and being dead serious at the same time, linebacker Jordan Brooks said. This was December 24th. I think he's got the respect of all the guys in the locker room. It makes you want to play hard for him. I'm going to read that again. It makes you want to play hard for him. And I think that's why, as a defense, we've had the success that we've had. Did you catch that? This is from a player. He says that Weaver makes you want to play hard for him. And I think that's why, as a defense, we've had the success that we have had. It goes on to say, Weaver's interview Wednesday with the New Orleans Saints is already complete, and one of 2 head coaching openings he will be considered for alongside the Chicago Bears, which, of course, we know Ben Johnson got that. If he gets one of those jobs, what will be missed within the Dolphins organization should not be overlooked. I want y'all to pay close attention to that. All right? What will be missed within the Dolphins organization should not be overlooked. And it's a lot more than just a potential 3rd round compensatory pick Miami would get if he had stayed the necessary 2 seasons. You can tell when he walks into a room. Remember, leader commanding the room. You can tell when he walks into a room, he just commands respect. Your team, as the head coach, your team, your staff, they must respect you. We're reading it right here about Anthony Weaver. These are players talking. You can tell when he walks into a room, he just commands respect. And guess who's saying this? His boss, the GM, General Manager Chris Griff, said Tuesday. Later, adding that any New Orleans organization will benefit tremendously from him. I would hate for him to leave us, because then that's possibly a full defensive scheme for the defensive guys to go through. But I highly recommend him for anyone. He's a tremendous human being and football coach. As Greer alluded, the Dolphins can't necessarily afford to lose him. In what would amount to a forgotten season, the defense was one of the few bright spots for Miami. Their rankings, total defense forward against the run, they ranked 9th. Against the pass, 9th. On 3rd down, they were 6th. Red zone defense, they were 4th. And scoring defense, they ranked 10th. Those things speak for themselves. Even that wasn't enough to players such as Jalen Ramsey. And here's what Jalen Ramsey had to say about his DC and future head coach of the New Orleans Saints. I'm telling you, I'm feeling it. It's going to be Anthony Weaver, and it would be the right choice, in my estimate. I think Weaver is a great leader. What are we looking for? What haven't we had? A great what? Leader. I think Weaver is a great leader, motivator. You heard Brooks say he makes you want to play hard for him. The All-Pro cornerback also said, adding that he has a lot of respect for him. At times, I don't feel like me, myself, or us as a unit played well enough for him. This coming from Jalen Ramsey. Despite yet another exceptional yet unheralded season from Ramsey, he can claim to have not met Weaver's standards, as the defensive coordinator made it clear from the very beginning his intention to use the standout cornerback. Ultimate chess piece. Ramsey did just about everything for the Dolphins in 2024, from rushing the passer to playing slot and outside cornerback. That's because Weaver's scheme, as safety Javon Holland described, is very player-based, a testament to his intimate knowledge of not only the roster itself, but player personnel. He's really thinking about how to put us in the best position possible to go out there and be successful and put our attributes on the table and try to put us in position to make sure that each and every individual strength is magnetized in the defense. Holland said in late July, I think with that, he does a great job making the play call and putting us in the right position when it counts. Weaver's actually interest in the head coaching gig, however, is a bit of an unknown. When asked about the possibility in his last media availability session, he appeared to lock into how to limit the New York Jets offense. It's funny because I spoke to my agent last night, and he's like, what are you doing to prepare for those ops? Weaver said, and this was January 2nd, and I'm like, absolutely nothing. This is Coach Weaver speaking. Absolutely nothing. I'm so focused right now on just controlling what we can control, beating the Jets and praying that we get the help we need in order to continue this run. Because I think if we get in, if we're blessed with that opportunity, we can make some noise. That statement alone showcases part of the allure. He has the laser focus necessary to deal with the day-to-day grind of an NFL season. In part because he played 7 seasons with the Baltimore Ravens and Houston Texans. Without the sacrifice of the personal, consider how legendary defensive tackle Calais Campbell described him towards the end of the year. I think having a player experience helps him a little bit, just being relatable and communicating to the guys. Campbell said in mid-November, praising Weaver's ability to balance showing love and then kind of being hard on guys, as well as encouragement and then accountability. Added Campbell, he's a phenomenal coach, great leader. I think his passion for the game and his desire to win is what separates him, which I think everybody that does anything wants that, but he just does it at an elite level. Again, this is coming from players. This is coming from in the Miami Dolphins organization. We heard the GM. We heard All-Pro Jalen Ramsey, future Hall of Famer Calais Campbell, speaking highly of Anthony Weaver. When asked if Weaver would one day be a head coach, the 17-year veteran did not mince words. Without a doubt in my mind, Campbell said, very soon, and I think he'll be a great head coach. There's an argument to be made that this should be Weaver's turn. He already received head coach interviews in the 2024 hiring cycle. He has been assistant head coach with the Ravens, as well as worked for several organizations outside the Dolphins, including the Texans, Jets, and Buffalo Bills. So if Weaver actually coached his last game in the Aqua and Orange, it would be a sad day in Miami. He has, in less than a year, created something special on defense. I think he's more than deserving, McDaniel said Wednesday. We obviously thought highly of him by hiring him, and he followed through above and beyond. And I think we'll be greatly served if we're fortunate enough to have him another year. But will not be surprised, very deserving, and I see him is not if, but when for him to get a head coaching opportunity, whether it's this year or in the years moving forward. And I'm here to tell you who that nation, damn it. It better be this year, and it better be in New Orleans. If that doesn't speak to you, if that doesn't resonate to the New Orleans Saints organization, this came from Jalen Ramsey. It came from Calais Campbell. It came from Jordan Brooks. It came from the GM. Damn it, what more you need? Everything that the Saints have been lacking: leadership, accountability. Players wanting to play hard for him. Players disappointed because they don't think they did enough to support their defensive coordinator. Wanting to be successful to make him look good. Why? Because of his work ethic, because of the type of person he is. Smiles, laughs with you, but serious at the same time. We'll call you out. We'll lift you up. We'll appreciate you. That's what the Saints need. Now, I'm about to put the link in the chat, family, so you guys come on and give me your thoughts. Give me 1 second. All righty. And there we go, fam. The link is now in the chat. Whoever would like to come on, let me catch up on some of these comments. Let's see. Situation. I thought Trey, big bro, how you doing? Come on in. Trey said, what up, dog? Man, we screwed. McCarthy don't like to run the ball. We can't get quality coaches that we want because they detest Loomis. Well, McCarthy probably didn't run the ball because he didn't have a running back. He didn't ever have a Kamara in Dallas. He didn't have that in Dallas. All right. Thank you for being here, Trey. As always, my brother. Chantel said, dog, you know I'm a diehard Dallas fan. I like Mike, but my gut tells me Rizzy because Mickey don't know how to pick good candidates. Gotcha. Let's see. Derek LD, how you doing, man? Come on in. Man, D says Mickey will never hire a coach like Weaver. He wants someone that he can't control. Gotcha. All right. Let's see who else we got. Rose City, Rose, how you doing? Come on in. All right. Normal guy, what up, my brother? Come on in. All right. Let's see. All right. Trav say all these coaches hear Mickey stupid ass talking too and don't deal with that BS. Gotcha. All right, we got Hurricane Mike. I'm about to bring Hurricane Mike in. First of all, family, there are 35 of us in here. 35, family. I need some likes. I need 35 likes. Again, if it's your first time here at the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast, I ask you to join the family. Hit that subscribe button and come on in. All right. Mike, how you doing? Come on in. What's up, my brother? What's going on, man? Talk to me, Mike. Talk to me. Give me your thoughts, my brother.
So I've heard you speak about all that for the past 30, 35 minutes, and I was like, and as I was thinking, right, because I was like, there's lots of good candidates, There's Kellen Moore. Joe Brady said he doesn't want to come. Cliff Kingsbury's an if.
Right.
Weaver, we got the Weaver. Mike McCarthy, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously we know about Aaron Glenn. He already left. Ben Johnson, we never had a chance of getting. So, but then, we started talking about, you started talking about Weaver then, because I didn't really know who Weaver was, to be honest. Because like the Dolphins, right? I was watching Dolphins games because their team was uninspiring for me. But, then hearing everything that you were saying about Weaver, I was like, okay, I mean, he's a guy that sounds like motivated, right? And that's what the Saints need. Because right now, if you know anything about the Saints, you know that the last thing that they were last year are motivated, right? It got to a point. It got to a point where you had Richard Sherman, a Hall of Fame cornerback, say that the Saints were playing like they wanted to get their coach fired. Okay, so that's I mean, the proof is in the pudding, fam. Like the Saints are not The Saints are not motivated whatsoever. Okay, so we need a guy that can get the locker room because ever since week 18 of last season, they have now completely lost the locker room. You can't, bro. There's no if, ands, or buts. He lost that locker room to a T. Okay, the Saints need somebody that they can. That the Saints need somebody that can rally guys up, that can get the locker room back. The same locker room that Dennis Allen lost just a year ago. So Weaver, I feel like, it's either gonna look because like the Saints, right? The best case scenario is Weaver is the guy that can lead this team to the promised land. Worst case scenario, he just busts. He just busts out. He's not that good of a coach, and then we find somebody else in the future. Okay, so it's like it's either it's a 50-50, but hey, that's the fun thing about sports. You take gambles. Sometimes they pay off. In 2006, ain't nobody thought Champagne was going to come here and did what he did. All right, so like that's the fun thing about sports, man. Like you either win or you lose, and sometimes the wins are greater than the losses. And well, all the time they're greater than losses, but sometimes the losses hurt more. So that's the fun thing about sports, man. You just gotta hope that your team makes the right decision, and that's all we can pray for this morning.
Gotcha. J Rock, come on in. What's your thoughts, my brother?
First, I want to say what's up to you, Dolph, once again.
What's going on, my brother?
Mike, how you doing?
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in my 2 cents in on it. First off, I like the article that you read earlier, Dolph.
Right.
I knew who Anthony Weaver was. I knew he was DC of the Miami Dolphins. Now, what you just read in that article gave a lot of specific details and how the players felt about him. Yes. And not just any players. We're talking about Pro Bowlers and Hall of Famers speaking highly about him. That carries a lot of weight if you really think about it. And as far as coaching candidates go, now Joe Brady said, "Nah, I'm good," so he ain't gonna even worry about it. And I know they say Cliff Kingsbury is an if. I'm telling you right now, Cliff Kingsbury ain't leaving Washington. If I'm Cliff Kingsbury, there's no way I'm leaving Washington. I'm staying in Washington for another 3 to 5 years. I got a stud quarterback. I got a rookie who's a stud quarterback who's not only is going to be offensive rookie of the year, but within the next 3 years is going to be league MVP. With the possibility of, hell, if not this year, he may be in the Super Bowl in the near future.
Yes, sir.
So I got a whole so I'm sitting real pretty in Washington. I ain't got no reason to leave.
Right.
So I'm staying. So I'm Cliff Kingsbury. I'm staying right where I'm at.
Gotcha.
I think because somebody brought this up in the chat about it. I don't know who it was that said it, but they said that they believe McCarthy would probably get the nod because Mickey Loomis always talking about somebody that he was familiar with to come on and take the job. Now, obviously, the familiarity was when you had Aaron Glenn as a possibility. You know, that made a lot of sense.
Well, I'm not trying to cut you off. I apologize, bro, but I never thought Aaron Glenn was coming. His heart was with the Jets, bro. That's where he wanted to be. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I thought the Saints had an outside shot to get him. I understand because he was drafted by the Jets. He was like what? He was with the Jets for like what, 8 years?
Yeah, he was there a minute.
Yeah, so I knew it was an outside shot, but I didn't rule it out as that it couldn't happen.
Right.
But now looking at the coaching candidates we got now, because everybody else got their head coach. Matter of fact, you had 3 hires in one day yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. A surprise hiring in Dallas.
Pete Carroll's back.
Which I ain't mad at.
You know what?
I ain't even mad at that. I'm a Raider fan. Why the hell I'm mad?
But you know what? Them hiring Pete Carroll, that was a good move because if you really take a look at the coaches in that division, you needed somebody with some weight behind you to come up in there and take that job.
Yeah. True that.
Yeah. Jim Harbaugh, Sean Payton, Andy Reid, and now Pete Carroll in the same division.
That's it. Same division. Yeah, that's gonna be good coaches, man. Good coaches.
For the AFC West is literally the coach division. Like we get Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll twice a year again. Andy Reid's been there for a minute and he's been nothing but a winner. And Sean Payton, he got there a couple years ago and he's already taken the Broncos with the rookie QB to new heights. Like, bro, man, that division gonna be like that division a couple years ago was supposed to be great and ended up being disappointing with Russell Wilson flaming out, the Raiders not doing nothing with Derek Carr, and etc. But now that division, bro, if the Raiders can build a good team this offseason, that might be the best division of all time.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. The only question, one of the main questions now is going to be with Las Vegas is what are they going to do about quarterback? Are they going to get a bridge quarterback? Are they get a bridge quarterback? Is it possible that Russell may reunite with Pete down in Vegas?
That's what people are saying.
Is that a possibility?
Or do the Raiders can get their quarterback and they will be good.
Yeah, or do they go in the draft? I keep hearing Shador's name flying around at 6 for the Raiders.
So do some wood in the deal and go from 6. Do you think Shador top 5?
Maybe. It depends on who's picking.
Okay. What about you, Rock?
I think he can be. I think he's he's done enough to at least garner that attention. He's definitely top 10 without question. He's top 10.
Yeah.
But as far as
I
top
think John
5,
will take him.
they might. And I'm just looking at it as far as you're number 6, and if you want to try to move up, you're in a good position because you're in the top 10. I think it's easier for you to move up in the top in the top 10 to move up a little bit more as far as you on the outside the top 10 and trying to move up. And that'll be a lot harder to do.
Right. So everyone in the chat, everybody in the chat right now, let us know your charts right now with the remaining candidates right now. Everybody in the chat, put in let Hurricane Mike and J Rock and myself let us know your charts for the head coach of the New Orleans Saints with the candidates that are remaining. That would be Kafka, Kellen Moore. That's Mike's favorite, Kellen Moore. Yep. All right. Darren Rizzi, Anthony Weaver. I already said Mike Kafka, right? Mike Kafka.
Yeah, Mike Kafka.
And I'm missing somebody. Who I'm missing?
Weaver, McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy. There you go.
Rizzi, obviously.
Yeah, Rizzi.
Darren Rizzi, Kellen Moore, Mike Kafka. Oh, I'm because I said I'm not saying his name no more because I got wishy-washy. You can stay where you at. But like J Rock, you made a good, you made a good observation, man. If I am Clint, I'm set up good right now. I got, like you say, he got a stud, young, thoroughbred. You got top players now wanting to come play for you, because of him and your teaching and your offense. So yeah, he's set up pretty now. Rose, let's go. Okay. L said this organization is embarrassment, bro.
It's been embarrassment for 3 years.
Weaver or Mo, but I think Rizzi go get it. Man, Chantel, stop saying that, please. Please. David said Bobby Slowick needs an interview.
No, he doesn't. We don't want that.
Bobby Slowick missed out last year. That's what I'm saying, bro. Remember last year, it was Ben Johnson and Bobby Slowick. They were hot. Ben Johnson stayed hot. Bobby Slowick. How many interviews has Bobby Slowick got this whole season? Think all the jobs that he had been fulfilled. When did Bobby Slowick's name come up for an interview?
I don't even think.
Maybe but
maybe. I don't think it came on.
Maybe he'll get one in like the next few weeks, but I don't think he's got one right now.
I think it's going.
Who's gonna get Mike? Because the Saints don't want him. The Saints, he on the Saints list.
He go to USC or something.
I think what might happen with Slowick, I think Slowick might wind up in Dallas.
That's the OC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got Cowboys got to get permission to talk to him from the Texans. I'm not helping y'all.
Well, no, the Texans fired him.
No.
Texans fired who?
Bobby Slowick.
It's not Slowick.
When they fired Bobby Slowick, y'all breaking
yesterday.
Yesterday
they fired him.
They just fired him yesterday.
They got him yesterday, right?
Wow.
Slowick is out.
Y'all. I must have been doing the show. Me and Cody I ain't catch that one.
No, it was like
yeah. Texas fired Bobby Slowick.
Wow.
Yeah, he was fired because they were saying how they parted ways and stuff.
Okay, so that's why David brought him up. All right, Derek L said his number 1 is Weaver, 2 is McCarthy, and 3 is Rizzi. Got a lot of love for Rizzi here, man. A lot of love for Darren Rizzi. All right, come on, y'all. Rose, come on, everybody in the chat. Give us. We got Derek L's, Rose City, Normal Guy. Who else is it? Marley Mall, Samuel. Let me see your charts.
Eric L just brought up another point. Said, why isn't anybody mentioning Brian Flores?
Because they saw what he did in Miami and they don't want that.
Didn't get an interview. Nowhere.
Yeah, and also because the Tua thing and the NFL was doing. Yeah, because also you got the NFL.
Yeah, we know what that's about. We know what that's about. And it didn't help. They got blitzed in the playoffs, dude. That didn't help.
Yeah, Flores.
But we know the real reason. Yeah. I think Flores is a good coach.
Yeah, I think Flores went to Pittsburgh, then went to Minnesota, and like he didn't do nothing in Pittsburgh and in Minnesota. He's been high, but it's not been what he like. Everybody was crying saying how Miami shouldn't have fired him, and then everything came out, and then everybody was like, okay, maybe he was like, bro. When what Tua said, like a lot of people, like I heard a couple people say the Saints should go for Flores, and I heard what Tua said about Flores and said how it's good to criticize somebody, but when you call the person, when you just rail on the person, say that you suck all the time and you shouldn't be here,
Right.
that's where I draw the line. Like it's good to criticize, it's okay to criticize somebody, but to say that they don't belong in the organization, or that's a new like. Obviously, if you're a fan, then it's like, obviously ain't nobody wants anybody here if you're a fan, but like if you're like a coach, you want to motivate your guys. Like I was saying earlier about Weaver, you want to motivate your guys, not tear them down every time they make a bad play. Like if you criticize them every single play, then of course they're gonna make bad play.
Right.
So,
all right. Marlon Mall said Todd Monkenshire got an interview. Hey, coach said the same thing. But did Todd Monken even want to? Maybe the Saints reach out to see his injury. Did he want to? You got to ask yourself this. I mean, some coaches are just better being coordinators. Everybody's not built to be the man, be the leader of a team, just to have the title. I'm the head coach. That's a lot of responsibility. All the responsibility is over you. Despite you having an offensive, defensive coordinator, when things are not going right on those sides of the ball, they're coming to you because the buck stops with you. Are you addressing your offense and defensive coordinator? Are you addressing the so-called stars of the team who are underperforming?
And if nothing else, Dennis Allen has definitely shown us that. If he hadn't shown us nothing else,
gotcha.
He has definitely shown us the fact that he's not able to delegate within his coaching staff like that,
right?
And being able to actually be able to say like, okay, offense need to pick up the slack here. We need to do this here. We need to do that,
right?
And the expertise that you relied on, when your own expertise starts to falter, now we have a major problem at this point.
Let me ask y'all this. How different you guys think the Saints defense would have looked with Trey Henderson, Kaden Ellis, and Zach Bond being used correctly?
A whole bunch better.
We would be the top half of the league, possibly just outside, maybe right at the top 10.
And like Coach said yesterday, Zach Bond's performance this year goes against his own Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis. Mickey Loomis said we didn't re-sign the man because we couldn't get him the necessary playing time that he wanted. Why in the hell couldn't you?
Yeah,
why? Well, you rushed out, and I think Cousin Pete's a good player, but you rushed out, like many family members said. I get a little pushback when a lot of you were upset because they rushed out and signed Pete Warner. I think Pete Warner's a good football player. They never use Zach Bond right. How the hell? See, it's all about, it matters. Coaching matters. The culture matters, and the situation matters. When you go to a place where they use your talents and they see your talents and they put you in position to be successful, things happen. Listen, like I said yesterday, for those of you who were not here yesterday, you can go back and look. When the Eagles signed Zach Bond this offseason, they ain't made no big hoopla. It was small. They didn't even have break in and say the Eagles have signed Zach Bond. No. Oh, the Eagles signed former Saints special team player linebacker Zach Bond. But look what the hell done happened. Also, when surrounded by the talent that he's surrounded with on that ball, how this kid is taking off.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
And someone said it yesterday. Zach Bond and God damn it, Cincinnati, y'all. Trey Henderson could be at NFL honors in 2 weeks, up for defensive MVPs. How about that?
Defensive player of the year, bro. We had 2 guys in the running for defensive player of the year on this team for Trey Henderson. The number one, you know how good Trey Hendrickson is? The Bengals were 25th in sacks, and Trey Hendrickson was the number one in the NFL. That's how good Trey Hendrickson was. The Bengals defensive line was getting no production, but Trey Hendrickson was there. And Zach Bond, the first year he's not on the team no more. What is he? Pro Bowler, Defensive Player of the Year conversations. The Eagles' best, arguably the best linebacker. Like,
no, Mike. I'm sorry, my brother. No, not Pro Bowler. No. All Pro.
All Pro too. Yeah, that's right.
Man, that's the big detriment again. Like Coach said, what is it that the previous that when he was with the Saints, you saw this kid every damn day. And Coach, man, that was a great observation Coach made. Coach said, we as the fans, we only see him on Sundays. You saw him every damn day in the building, on the practice field. And you gonna tell me you couldn't unleash this talent that in one season was unleashed in Philadelphia? It's not like the Saints didn't have talent. I mean, it's a want-to. Trey Hendrickson was not in New Orleans because the Saints drafted Marcus Davenport #1. And they didn't want to look back. That's all that shit was about, instead of winning football games. Trying to save face. Now look where we're at. Now say, dog, when they going? I think it's gonna be sometime this week.
Maybe.
I think it's gonna be sometime this week. I'm gonna say Monday evening, Tuesday morning. I think we get a head coach.
Well, you know what?
And I'm telling you, his name is Anthony Weaver. If they smart,
maybe.
Now they want to interview Kelly Moore. Does Kelly Moore even want to come for an in-person interview? He did the virtual, just like Joe Brady did. All right. So let's see if he does. I'm sure they're going to interview Kelly Moore, and then probably at the end of the week, man. Probably at the end of the week next week, maybe.
What if the Eagles lose tomorrow? Does that increase our chances of interviewing them if they're in the Super Bowl or not?
Well, regardless, they can interview this coming up week because there's a week in between.
So that's right. The disgusting, nasty Pro Bowl's on. You're right.
Yeah. So they can interview this coming week, man. Well, yeah, Chantel. I'm gonna say by the end of the week. Last year,
we won't be named our coach yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
last year when we was at the Senior Bowl, they named Clint Kubiak the offensive coordinator. Maybe this year means like they'll name the head coach. It'll be breaking. I tell you what, we gonna have our ears to the pavement, and if we hear anything, we're breaking in. All right, Princess Louis, how you been? Come on, man. Who that, fam? I'm confident. Can't call the coach at all. I got you. But listen. Go ahead, Rob.
No, you know what, Dolph? I was thinking about everything you just mentioned earlier. Thinking about the players that we had in the building that are no longer here. And all that, you brought up Zach Bond, Trey Hendrickson. We had, Chauncey Gardner was up there at one point.
Don't bring up
Alex Anzalone left, and then you traded away Marshawn Lattimore. If we'd have had if we'd have had those 5 here now, how different would it be right now?
It wouldn't matter because we had Dennis Allen.
That is true.
But
I try telling people Dennis Allen was the most overrated defensive coach in the NFL, but no one listens to me.
We had Dennis Allen. That was the problem. Was the problem.
It was more than being a bad head coach, bro. I tried telling people since 2022, Dennis Allen was not what you thought of him, even as a defensive coach, bro. And you saw the defensive players who should have been Dennis Allen's guys started turning on this man.
Family, there's 37 of us in here. There's 37 of us in here, and damn it, I got one light. Hell nah, family. Everybody hit the hell out that like button right now. How the hell we got one light? Come on, man.
Well, then how's that one light then?
Y'all got to stop it, man. Come on. We better than
I
that,
hit the like button, so
I hit the like button too.
The hell I'm saying one. I don't know. Maybe I need to my computer, bro. Maybe I need to refresh it.
It's saying it has 3 likes at least. It's saying it has 3
All right,
votes,
there you go. That's better. I refreshed it because I about to get on y'all.
So I don't know.
I got
what
15. Not that ain't enough, damn it. We got 30 something. We got 30 something here.
Now I want to ask this question: how true is it that since Ben Johnson took over the job in Chicago, there's been some talk about him getting Dennis Allen to be the DC in Chicago since he's a new head coach now?
Yeah, I heard that too. He
says he likes the system. Yeah, he says he likes Dennis Allen's system and that would fit well for him. But I don't understand why, but maybe you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Mo said if I was a coach, I would like Mickey as a GM. He would make excuses for me, mess up the salary cap, and call me a good coach. Oh man, that's funny.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all think that? Do you think that Mickey Loomis is trying to be Jerry Jones Jr.?
No, I just think he told you at his press conference, he's taking a smidget of accountability. See, now at press conference, what I got from it was he's trying to save face and his pride, his ego is on the line. He's trying to prove like, yo, I messed it. I can get this right. And like you say, I'm feeling good. I'm not stepping down. So he ain't going nowhere. He's in the I got to get this right move right now. I'm gonna show you that I can do this. That's what he's on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's him. That's what he's on right now. And right now, all we can do is sit back, watch, and wait. We all right now, myself, everyone here, everyone who covers the New Orleans Saints, man. And once again, man, shout out to the Nick Underhills, the Ross Jacksons, the John Hendricks, man. Everybody, oh man, the big Qs, man. Man, shout out to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? TJ Status, man, and shout out to my brother TJ, man. TJ got a lot of haters be trying to come after my brother, man. I don't know why, man.
And there,
that man's bust his ass, man, and work to be where he is, man. And some people just are not satisfied unless they can try to rain on somebody else's parade. Right. And I just love how TJ just hits him upside the head with receipts, man, over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like he hit him up the other day. What is clickbait or something? And he just hit him with that Senior Bowl media credential acceptance, man. Come on, man. Like the man is legit, man.
You see, we all get people though. Yeah, we all get those type of heads. Yeah. Like I get them, TJ gets them, and Dolph, I'm pretty sure you get them at some point. Like everybody gets them. It depends on what you do with them. For example, like I don't know if you remember, right? But like back the last 2 years, bro, everybody would always be saying, "Oh, you're annoying," right? And I'd just be like,
right.
I just tell them what's what, and then they never respond ever again. So I don't know. Some people just like ruining people's day, but they gotta understand that it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah, they're
like, guess what, family? If we ever in trouble, baby, all we got to do is call our own personal law firm. Because she's in the building, baby. Annie Marie Elizabeth Roosevelt. If that ain't a law firm, baby, I don't know what it is. Annie, how you doing? Come on in. Thank you for being here. Glad to hear it. Molly Moore said Great Roman might not want to be a coach either. Again, family, simply put, like I said for beginning this process, I want who want us. Aaron Glenn really didn't want us. Good. Joe Brady really didn't want us. Good. Clint Kingsbury really doesn't want us. Good. Darren Rizzi wants us. Mike Kafka wants us. Anthony Weaver wants us. And damn it, Dolph, I want Anthony Weaver, damn it. Now, Mike, I don't know about your boy, but we'll see after the bar if Kelly Moore wants us. We'll see if he's going to take the interview.
Look, I don't want the Eagles to win either, but hey, I've watched from all the coaches that I've scouted, Kellen Moore, I feel like it's I won't say he's the most qualified, but out of all the coaches that are available, I feel like he's like the most high risk, high reward type of guy because either two things is going to happen. Either he's going to flame out like half the other coaches in the league do, or he's going to do what he did. Because, like, if you think about it, right, when he left Dallas, that's when everybody started thinking. But when he was at Dallas, everybody started calling Dak Prescott an MVP. He leaves Dallas, what happens? With the Chargers, right? He leaves the Chargers, they go 5-12. Okay, with the Eagles, right? Last year they had the biggest second half collapse I've ever seen in my life. But then Moore comes in, the Eagles are back in the NFC Championship. I mean, hey, I'm just saying it makes sense, bro. I'm just saying.
But does that make him a leader of men? Does that make him a head coach? Because listen, we don't know about none of these guys really. Again, like I said yesterday, Tomlin was not Tomlin. We didn't know who Mike Tomlin was until he became Mike Tomlin. Now it's Mike Tomlin. All right. We didn't know who Bill Parcells was till Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick until they became who they were. You see what I'm saying? Everyone, Sean Payton walked in the building like these guys, whoever gets the job.
Was a regular guy.
You know, Sean Payton got stripped of his offensive coordinator duties too, y'all. Did y'all know that? Before the Saints hired him? Nah, y'all didn't know that. But again, it's about the kind of leader. This team has been missing a leader since Sean left. Hell, in the last years of Sean, they've been missing a leader because he didn't want to be here. Oh, look who checking in live. What up, baby?
What's that with you, baby?
What's happening, baby? Man, talk to us live. Talk to us, baby, about this coaching search. Who is your favorite? And first of all, what's your thoughts about Brady backing out?
Shit, he did what he was supposed to do, bro. We got cap issues. Any coach that comes here, bro, is setting himself up for failure. We already know the coaches be on a short leash. We won't have cap space until 2027, really, when we can actually make some real moves. So it's not a good position to put yourself in, knowing that a coach is always on a short leash.
Actually, next year, Cap.
What happened?
Actually, we have a cap room next year.
Yeah, we're gonna have 60 million, but in 2027 we'll have like 200 something million, right?
There you go. That's what I'm saying. So it ain't that bad.
Yeah, but
you just gotta eat 1 year, baby. Spencer Rattler, baby. Let's go, Rattler.
Hey, but I guess that has to be talked about with the Brad saying that you're guaranteed a spot. Like if I was to come here, if I was a head coach, knowing the position and the cap position that you in, I want a guaranteed 4-year contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for real. Like that would have to be in written in stone in that contract. So, but yeah, bro, it's sad, bro. Teams is telling us no. They'll rather be an OC than be our head coach. And I mean that's just where we at right now, bro.
Get paid either way.
Unless Brady pulls a Liam Cohn.
I doubt if he do that for the Saints.
I'm just saying, shit. Man, he did it for Jacksonville, so shit. I mean,
yeah, Jacksonville. You can argue Jacksonville. I mean, they got Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, they got a quarterback. They got some cap room. You know what I mean?
And I think they got the number 5 pick.
We got number 9.
They're in a worse situation for them.
Well, we number 9 and number 8. We number 9.
We're number 9. Yeah,
we got 8.
Number 8. The Raiders would have won.
We got number 9, baby. It's all good, baby. It's all good. Listen, 1 year. I ain't worried about what. To me, I don't understand. It becomes a talking point about the Saints salary cap when this team was $100 and something million over the salary cap and did exactly whatever the hell they wanted to do and got whoever the hell they wanted to get. That's why I just laugh year after year. That especially national media. That's all they can talk about. Oh, the cap is so bad, but not a one of them go say next year. Like all of them saying this year, oh, the cap and all. But not none of them saying, well, you know the Saints gonna be 60 million under next year. Oh, you know in 2027 the Saints gonna be 220 plus under the salary cap. You don't hear them talking about that, but they love to bring up that. Oh, they just in cat cap hell right now. Ain't no cap hell. You know, they are. Believe me,
The Saints are in regular hell right now.
Yeah, that's regular for them.
You
They
know
laugh
what?
at this.
Off with all that, with us being so much under the cap, Asian roster, no quarterback. It doesn't. It's just not attractive, bro.
Bro,
But
they are 32 jobs, lie.
I,
Again,
I
you can be like
understand. And
Bobby
Joe Brady
Slow
just
again.
he'll rather be an OC.
Like y'all, look, they broke it to me. I ain't know Slowy got fired yesterday. But think about last year. He was so hot, the hot commodity, and turned down opportunities to be a head coach. Now look at what happened this season, and then your ass get fired. I tell you, there are only 32 of them, bro. There are only 32 of them. They got one opening. Can you really afford to pass it up?
Yeah, because you're not putting yourself in an advantageous situation, bro.
Because you might be interviewing. You might not get another damn interview for the rest of your career, or you might be interviewing for a team who's worse off than the Saints going forward.
Yeah, but you can't get mad at Joe Brady building that type of resume that he got. Why? I mean, you put your weight for better opportunity.
I'm not mad because he didn't want us. I don't want nobody I don't want to be second on your list. I don't want you like I think no, you ain't got shit to think about. I'm gonna think for you. No, cool. We go pass. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, if you don't want us, I don't want you.
Matter of fact, you know what, Dolph? This just how we found Sean Payton.
Thank you. I want Andy Weaver, damn it. Did you hear what I read about Andy Weaver?
Was hell. Nobody wanted this.
Did you hear what I read about Anthony Weaver with the players?
Yeah.
Hall of Famers were talking about players talking about this man, bro.
Look, I like Weaver and I like McCarthy, bro.
His GM came out and said it. His head coach. We'll hate to lose him, but damn it, he gonna be a hell of a head coach. Why Andy Weaver's not big on people because of the name? Like Mike said, a lot of y'all even know who the hell Andy Weaver was. Who the hell Andy Weaver? Y'all
man, I think Mike McCarthy is the strongest pick out of everybody right now, bro.
Man, I'm not mad if they hire Mike McCarthy.
Bro, Mike McCarthy's proven that dude don't win 12-5 in the last 4 seasons. He had his quarterback got hurt this year. I mean, come on, bro. That's winning some goddamn games.
That's what I'm saying. Not compare that to
that's winning some damn games. Come on, man. We'd love to be 12-5.
Now compare the Saints 4-year run to that one. Once again, I'll wait.
He know how to build the team, bro. Like this ain't nothing new to him. Ain't no new wrenches. Ain't nothing new. You know what I mean? Like, and that's exactly what we really need. Somebody that don't been there before.
Weaver McCarthy, man. The wild card is I'm gonna give Mike's boy. And then his boy get here and suck ass. I'm gonna be on Mike's ass every day.
You
supposed to. I'll be on my own ass if you suck ass.
I'll be on mine too.
Yeah. Now I will say this. Now I will say this. The only reason really why Mike McCarthy isn't with the Cowboys anymore is because of the fact that they were all about. It was just about a contract dispute.
Yeah.
As far as the length of the contract or maybe the money. That's the only reason why he's not back in Dallas. And it's funny seeing how Dallas fans are crashing out right now because they talk about they didn't want Kellen Moore. Now you got Schottenheimer. And now they really
I forgot. I didn't even think he coached no more. Fuck.
No, that's his son.
I don't even know who that dude
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they hired his son.
Okay, I'm like Schottenheimer.
He was already on the staff, so they hired his son, man.
Okay, that's what's up.
All right, let's see what he can do.
Let's see what they can do.
Let's see what they can do. That's all we can do with the Saints, man. Let's see what they can do, man. Look, man, I'm about to get on out of here. I gotta get ready for tomorrow's show. Listen, I need everybody to tune in tomorrow morning to As the NFL Turns as we get you ready for Championship Sunday, baby. Everybody's gonna be in the building. Zach, Nonfiction, PJ, Carlos, Jeremy, Coach, myself, and the newest member of the Come On In Sports Network, our editor of our Come On In Sports Network website, Lawrence, will be in the building with us tomorrow. So come on in. There's a new segment we're introducing tomorrow It's called Fooling Out. So tomorrow morning, 10:05 a.m. Central, we need everybody come on in strong like you are now. We're going to get you ready, baby, for championship weekend. Look, before we get out of here right now, Rock, Hurricane Mike, everybody in the chat, I need your picks right now. Washington, Philly, right now. Mike, who you got tomorrow?
Eagles, Chiefs.
Eagles and Chiefs. J-Rock.
I'm rolling with Washington. I think Jaden Magic continues.
All right.
I hope so.
I'm going with Washington and what's it called? The Chiefs.
And the Chiefs. All right. Everybody in the chat, who you got before we get out of here? Y'all got to tune in tomorrow to see who. Y'all got to turn in tomorrow morning to see who we got, baby. And listen, and y'all already know the most exciting segment at the end of the show, baby. Who is Dolph straight baller today gonna be, baby? Y'all wait to see, because I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be who you think it is, baby. Just wait and see who I pick tomorrow as my straight baller, baby.
What is it gonna be, Jake Kelly?
I can't wait, baby. I ain't tell you, Mike. I ain't give you no hints, baby. You got to tune in, baby. 10:05 a.m. Central Time, baby, on a social media channel near you.
At least you're excited about it. That's always
excited. Princess Lewis says Commanders and Chiefs. Chantel says Commanders, Bills. Cool. Randy's going with Eagles and Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chantel says Jaden and Josh Super Bowl bound.
Hey, Jay versus
Super Bowl.
Hey.
All right, Samuel says Commander. Who else, Samuel?
Dog, look, watching the Commanders, bro, that should give the Saints a lot of hope. Because they turned this stuff, they turned they whole season around in 1 year, bro. Their whole team around in 1 year.
And listen, I got to say it. I said it, I'm gonna keep saying it. Respect the Dan Quinn. Because when he was hired this offseason, I was not a fan of him getting the job in Washington.
Neither was I.
Because I was like, man, I'm tired of these damn retreads, man. But that, I'm gonna tell you, it didn't help. It didn't hurt that he got that damn Jaden Danielson. I tell you that. And then he got good offensive coordinator and Clint Kingsbury. Say what you want. His offense has been successful wherever he's at. He had success with Tyler Murray. He's got success now with Jaden Daniels. So, hey, Samuel. So Samuel's going Commanders. Samuel, you can't go Commander and Eagle, bro. What they play each other. Yeah. So who you got out those two? So if you're going with the Commanders in the NFC, Samuel, who you got in the AFC, Bills or Chiefs? Is this the year the Bills finally get past the Chiefs?
No, because the referees ain't going to let them.
There go that referee conspiracy.
The refs.
Bro,
what? There go that referee conspiracy again.
Did you watch that game?
Bro, I watched the game. That was horrible calls. Doing some horrible calls, man. Doing some horrible calls.
It's not like it was a 50-50 game where there's bad calls on both sides. Bro, the Chiefs literally got from Patrick Mahomes is literally the James Harden of the NFL.
Right. Well, listen,
and you cannot convince me otherwise.
I want to thank everybody for being here. As a matter of fact, a round of applause to you guys, man. To all of you for being here, man. I appreciate you. That's right, man. Take your ball, guys. Take your ball.
Appreciate you, dog, for giving us a platform to speak our minds.
All the time, baby. We get back in the ring
like always, dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, everybody in the chat, much love to you, man. What about guy Booker's in the building? Who that? The Booker. Commanders. He called the final. Sam even put the score. Samuel, that's a shootout, baby. 37-32.
It's gonna be a good game. The Eagles ain't no easy out.
That's gonna be a shootout right there, baby.
37-32.
See, that's gonna be an NFC championship game to talk about right there, baby.
Man, come on. I hope Black good. Come on, lad. Let's go.
Sir. Yes, sir. But listen, fellas, y'all have a great night. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hey, and y'all know how we get out of here every time. Love and who that. And we out. See everybody tomorrow morning, 10:05 a.m. I'm going to be looking for you. Mike, that means get up at 8:30, wash your face, brush your teeth, eat your breakfast, and tune in to your boy Dope, baby. And I'm out.
Okay, sir. Yes. Okay.
Keeping it real, who that sports pod? Legendary Coach Rock. Go 17. Let's rock. Who that? Boss kick. Black and gold. Let's go. First and goal from the one. Best believe we go punch. Punching in, get them punch. With them Saints, watch us march. Down the field, down your throat. Keeping it real, who that sports? Breaking news, interviews. Open lines just for you. Call in, join in. Pale Nation, just win. B.I. Mount Zion, Coach Green, oh my. CJ, JV, Trick or Trade, Jose. Keep it real, baby. Keep it real, baby. Keep it real, baby. Keep it real, baby.